This is going to be a very basic introduction to the command line for Linux and Apple computers, and basically just to cover, how a computer works at a very basic level. Please subscribe to my channel and check out the website truthseekers.io and the blog post associated with this video. So the first thing we'll want to do is show you kind of the structure of your computer. And basically you've got a bunch of different files within files within files or folders. So it all starts at the very top with your root directory, and then inside that root directory, this is like your partition, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Basically this is just one section of your computer that you use. And so at the very top you've got the root directory, and then underneath within that root directory you've got child directories. And these child directories have more child directories, and those have more children. And so the root directory is the parent of the applications, and then you've got all of your applications go in the applications folder, and then you've got your /bin for your binary files, and then you've got users for different users like your kids, your wife, you, or whoever, and then each of them have their own desktop and personal stuff that they have access to, etc. And so you can see that they've each got their own desktop, and these are all just different folders or files. And so you can move in and out of these files and folders through the command line. And those files pretty much make up your entire computer. And if anything that you can do by dragging and dropping, you can actually do in the command line as well, and usually it's more efficient. So to open your terminal, basically, well, in a Mac you would hit your Finder, Applications, and then you'd go down to Utilities and then Terminal, and then you would open that up. And then in Linux in Ubuntu specifically, there's like a little search box up at the top left, and if you type terminal, it'll show up. But every system's different, so just look it up. One of the most important commands, you'll want to know about, or things you want to know about, is the man page, or the manual. And so if you type in man and then a command like ls, it'll actually give you a bunch of information of how that command works, some flags that you can use to get more specific information or different information. And so you can see just this ls command has a ton of information. And then when you want to get out, you just hit Q, and that should teach you how to use that command. But basically, a lot of these are really simple. So let's go ahead and you do both the command line and the GUI just to see what's happening. So if we do an ls, we can see the contents of a certain directory. So if we do ls, we can get a bunch of different stuff. So we see like library, movies, music, NetBeans, etc. And this folder I'm in is in the home directory, this little tilde directory, and that is actually my user's main account here. So we're seeing all of this stuff. And so we've got our desktop right here, etc. And if you want to see all of the files, there's actually hidden files that you can see. And if you use this A flag, so ls-a or space-a, and then you see a bunch of these files with a dot in front of them, files and folders. So these are hidden files that you might normally not want to see. And then you can be more specific with ls-l, not more specific, but it'll show you different information. So it'll show you the owner and the group of the file and the permissions of that file or folder, and some more information. And then you can also chain things together. So if you want two flags, you can do ls hyphen and then any of the flags that you want. So I can do lia, and that gives me a whole bunch of information. So that's the ls command. And then you can also ls different directories that you're not in. So ls desktop to see what's in the desktop. That's basically the ls command. So you can do ls root to see what's in the root, etc. Another important command is the cd command, or change directory. and this will help you get into and out of any directory that you want to get into. So if you look here, we've got this, I'm in the tilde directory, or the home directory, which is again this one. So if we do ls, you see all of these files and folders, and you can see that the desktop is within this home directory, or this tilde directory. So if we want to change into the desktop, we just have to, from here, we would go cd and then the folder that we want to get into. So desktop. And if we hit enter, then we're in the desktop now. And so that would look like this. It would look like we're here. And so if we do an ls, you can see again the files and folders that are in this directory. And then if you wanted to move all the way to the root directory here, well, you can see we're in the desktop right now. So we're all the way down here. We're all the way down here. So we would need to go up 1, 2, 3 levels. So there's two ways that we can do that. We can do cd and then up a level, and then slash up a level, and then slash up a level, or we could just do a shortcut and go straight to the root directory. So I'm going to go ahead and do this the slow way just to demonstrate. So cd dot dot, and now we're in the home directory, which is equivalent to this one here. And then if we do that again, cd dot dot, then we're in the users, and then if we do it again, cd dot dot, now we're in the root directory. And that's how you can change directories, and you can move around as much as you want. So I can go to the desktop in just one quick command by doing users, my name, and then desktop, and then you could go in, you could go wherever you want. You could even do something like that, and that should take me to the users directory. So it'll go users, John Curry, desktop, and then back to John Curry, and then back to users, I think. So yep, there you go. So you can chain things together to get to any directory that you want. So now we'll mess around with make dir, move, and remove, and more. So we'll want to be in our desktop directory or to do this. So I'm going to change into the desktop with a shortcut. So change directory to the tilde and then the desktop. So the home directory is desktop. And so now we're in the desktop folder, which is right here. And basically we're just going to go through these commands real quick. So again, I recommend doing man on the commands that you want to check out, so to learn more about them. But we can go ahead and make directory, which is equivalent to creating a new directory. So let's go ahead and do this. So make dir, I'm going to do test dir2 because I already have one. So you can see that it just popped up out of nowhere because I ran that command in the command line. And then there's also move, remove directory, or rmdir, and then touch. So we're going to mess with those real quick. And let's go ahead and do that. So we made a tester, so let's move into that test directory. So tester2, and then we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and move into it in our command, our GUI as well. And we'll go ahead and make directory. So let's go ahead and make directory animals. And you can see this animals folder was created. Now we can touch or create a cats.txt file. And boom, there's a cats file. So let's do that again, but with dogs. So dogs.txt, and there you go. And now we can make directory enemies. And if you want to rename a folder or a file, you can do that with move. So move does both. So we'll move enemies and turn it into friends. And then boom, it just changed. So and now again you can see you're basically seeing this in the command line. And now we'll go ahead and move dogs.txt to puppies.txt. And you can use the tab as a shortcut. So move dogs to puppies, and it just changed. We'll go ahead and make a directory inside of the friends directory. So we'll call it best. So now if we go into this friends, we can see we've got this best folder because we just made it in our command line. So now let's move the cats.txt file into our friends folder. So we'll do mv cats and then the location that we want to move it to. So friends. And it's gone. But let's check to see if it showed up. And there it is. And now we'll go ahead and move puppies into the best friends folder. So we'll move puppies into friends best. And it's gone. So let's see. There it is. You can also move or rename a folder or a file that's in a different file or folder. So our best folder is in the friends folder, and so we can rename that to BFF if you wanted to, even if we're not in that directory. So you would do that by just selecting that file, and you just have to tell the command line where that file is at. So right now it's in friends. So we'll move the friends best folder and we'll rename it to, and then the location that it's at, and we'll rename it to BFF. So if we do that, we don't see anything happen in here, but if we go into our friends folder, we can see that it's been renamed to BFF. We can also see that our puppies are still there. And now let's go ahead and move friends.cats.txt and change it to kitties.txt. Okay, and then we'll go back in and we see that it's renamed to kitties. And now let's go ahead and change into the friends directory and see that we can remove the animals folder. So now we're inside the friends directory right now, but if we remove rmdir and then /animals, it will remove this folder for us, and it's gone. And then we can also move the kitties into the BFF folder if we wanted. And then now we can see that the kitties is gone and it's in the BFF folder. And now we want to remove the BFF folder, so we can try to do that. So remove BFF, and we'll get an error saying that BFF is a directory. And the reason, so RM removes files. So if you want to remove it, you would have to either empty out the directory and make sure it's empty, or you can use this recursive function, which will do rm hyphen r is recursive, and F, I forget what it stands for, but it sort of like forces the removal to happen. So you have to be very careful with this command. But if you do rm hyphen rf BFF, then it will delete it. And then we can also create more than one file at a time. So touch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess these are just file names without extensions. Some of them are at least. So we can do that. And now we've got 5 files created. And then you can remove them just as easily with remove 1, 2, let's skip 3, 4.txt and 5.txt. So we're just listing the files that we're going to be removing. So rm, and then boom, all of them are gone except number 3. And so let's go ahead and remove 3 now. And that's it. Another important thing is being able to use text editors, and there's Nano and VI. Now, they're both really common. Nano's a little simpler, so we'll start with that one. Basically what you do is you just type in Nano and then the name of the file that you want to create or open. So, and then hit enter, and then it'll open it up so you can edit it. And basically, just type in whatever you want, and then there are several options down here. Usually, I just write or exit. So, so Control O will be write out. So if you hit Control, hold Control, and then press O, it'll ask you if you want to save it, and you hit enter, and then it will save it. And then to exit out, you just type Control X to exit, and that's nano. And then there's also cat, which will allow you to view the contents of a file. So I can do cat test.txt, and then it'll show me the contents of that file. The last thing I'll show you in this video is wildcards. And so, for example, we have this folder here, and we've got 1, 2, 3 JPEG files or JPG files, and 1, 2, 3, 4 MOV files. So what if you wanted to get only the MOV files or only the JPEG files? Well, you can do that using wildcards. So let's go ahead, and I'm in the cat videos directory, which is this one here. So if I do ls, and you know, it's kind of hard to see which ones are the JPEG files. So let's do ls wildcard and .jpg. So this will show me all the files that end with the extension .jpg. So ls, and now we've got 3 files. And if you wanted to get only the MOV files, you would ls star a wildcard or star.mov. And so this will allow you to search for more specific types of information that you're looking for. And then let's say you only want the cat videos. So anything with the word cat in it, or anything with the word cat in the beginning, you can do that. So ls cat and then star. And so basically the star is anything. Like, I don't care what this is as long as the first 3 letters start with cat. Or in this one, I don't care what comes before as long as it ends in .mov. So if we do ls cat star, we get everything that starts with the letters CAT. And then you can do that in the middle or anywhere as well. So if you wanted to do anything with the word VID or the letters VID in it, then you would just do star VID star. And so I don't care what becomes 4, I don't care what comes after, as long as there's VID somewhere. So we'll do that, and there we go. So we get VID. And then if you were to do that with JPEG, it works as well, because I don't care what comes after, even if it's nothing. You know, so that's basically wildcards in a nutshell. Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and check out the website truthseekers.io for more tutorials and recommended books and other stuff. So have a good day. See you later.